Hi, LC Clements here, week 8 of my vlog. Back on my grind, hopefully. Over the weekend, and I took Monday off because of my overtime, I ended up working some parts of my world Bible or my story Bible, whatever the heck you want to call it. So I got through at least one worksheet, and people are going to go, why? Why in the world is there only one worksheet? Well, I work every day. I never released a video on trying to get my legs situated here. I've never released a video on a writing schedule because for me personally, it's kind of hard to have one. And the reason for that, it's not because of, some people will say it's writing excuses. Some people will say, oh, it's because you're lazy. No, I legit work 40 hours a week. I work a full-time job. When I get home, and I work a call center job, a government call center job. I can't tell you which one due to the NDA agreements I signed when I first started working there. Now, I am losing, the job I have is shutting down my particular branch. And yeah, I won't have that more. So soon enough, the job will shut down. And if I don't have another job soon, I will be working more on my book and will probably get a bigger writing schedule. But at this time, I'm going to work as much as I can, work on my manuscript, and, go from there. So going back to that world building Bible I'm working on, I did get at least one worksheet done, which is the biggest, going to be for me, the biggest chunk of it, which is the huge backstory to getting to the point of chapter 1, on top of working on my manuscript. So I don't have a writing scheduling video to give you at this time because I'm moving my microphone. I work a full-time job, so it's a little harder than, let's say, someone who is more of a travel writer or has a more flexible schedule. I literally have a set schedule. I work night shift. So it's like almost 9:30 right now as I'm discussing this with you. So I'm going to work on it today. So I try to keep myself at a minimum of at least 500 words per day that I work on it, which is roughly 5, depending on how I'm feeling, days per week, which you think is not a lot. And a lot of writers will say, unless like the big time writers, and a lot of writers who are very out there, I'm sure there are writers out there, I'm not going to name names, but I have seen people write 1,500 words a day and 3,000 words a day. I mean, Nora Roberts writes 4 books a year, so that should tell you something. But for me personally, I can't. Well, that's my phone. I can't do that at this particular time, but I know at a later date I will. With my job coming to a close, I probably will too. Now, with my writing schedule, I at least dedicate myself to 500 words a week. 500 words per day, I should say, not 500 words a week. That's just dumb for me. For me anyway. But enough rambling. Let's get this show on the road. I'm going to get my glasses, which are down here, and then we'll get started. Okay, I am officially watching Gaku and Babysitters. They just did Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. This is too cute. And now let me pause this. I have to pause this. This is too, hold on. Gaku and Babysitters came out I think a year ago. And I don't usually watch anime that's cute like Hamtaro because because I was not part of that generation that watched it when it came on Toonami. But Gaku and Babysitters is made by the same people who comes on my face. Hello Kitty, who did the Hello Kitty franchise, and it's about this boy who is a babysitter to help take care of his young brother and some other kids as part of like a daycare service, as part of their club or whatever. And it's hilarious because kids that little don't understand things, and their expressions and stuff are hilarious. And currently I'm watching the OVA, and dear God, they did Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. I don't know who wrote this, but they just I'm laughing because you have to watch it for yourself. If you get a chance, look up Gakuin Babysitters, Gakuin Babysitters. It's called School Babysitters Club in America if you want to dub it, and it's really good. Let's get back to writing though. It is now 10:27 p.m. Pulling up my Storyist app. And Mondays are usually the slowest for me, so I'm not expecting that many words being written. And I have, if it goes back and focus, I can tell you, there it goes, 645 words. 645. Tree grew, made 645 words. Like I said before, Mondays are the worst for me, and I know why it's probably the worst. Let me just save this file here. It's no, not Mondays. I'm sorry. Tuesdays are the worst because I'm getting back into the groove. So 645 words. You know, I could be doing much worse. I'm actually okay with it. I got a lot of work done. So with that being said, I will hear from you guys. I will speak with you guys again tomorrow. Hi, LC Clemens here. Day 3. Got to day 3. Very tired today. I don't even know what I'm gonna write at this point. But like I said, you don't want to jinx. And I think I jinxed my writer's block by saying I did really good yesterday and the day before. Writer block is trying to come back. It's trying to weasel its way back into my brain. I think I know what happened. I haven't read my book in about 2 days because I was busy doing other things. And when you don't read, it can mess with your writing process. But I'm gonna push through it because I know I can. Where's my little tree here? I currently, let's see. I know I did words. I know I'm doing the best I can. So I'm gonna get my little focus app here. And some reason it's on 25 minutes. I don't know why. I always put it at 60. So I'm gonna plant another tree in the forest. There it goes, 60 minutes. I'm gonna plant another tree in the forest. Hopefully I do better. Now I do want to talk about this about new authortube thing that I got tagged on by I can't say names today. I think because I'm really tired, but from Belzy 95. So I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna do this video, and then I'm gonna do my welcome tag, and we'll see where we go from there. So hopefully I can painfully answer these questions without the least pain possible. And I can get through this hour, without any pain possible. So let's get started. Just like I thought, I jinxed myself, and my writer's block is back, and I'm just padding. I feel like this is gonna be utter padding, and they tell you in writing to not worry about the first draft because, like Neil Gaiman says, your first draft. But yes, I just cursed. I think I'm just really tired. But I hate this. I'm glad I made 500 words, but I feel like it's wasted 500 words. But just checking my little thing here. I got a half hour left. And this was in a half hour. I don't know if you can see this because it's not. Okay, yeah. See 27 minutes left on this timer. So I'll just get back to it and we'll see what happens. The time. Okay, so the time is now 10:11 p.m. Computer's charging. Let's see. 1,045 words. This thing is not tight at all. So I officially made 1,045 words of just straight padding, at least in my opinion. I'm not feeling great, and I think I know why I'm not feeling great about this. I think I need to write more of the secondary character because the the primary character needs and the secondary character are both connected in some way. So I'll probably need to work on the secondary character because I have more dialogue with him. So that's the end of day 3. Talk to you guys again tomorrow. Hi. Day. What day are we on? 3. Day 3 of week 8. So I just finished up my authortube tag thing that my hair. Okay, you know what? I can't deal. Hold on. I can't deal. I can't deal. Ow. Ooh, man, my thing's up. Okay. So, you know what? Forget it. I will edit the sound. I just don't. Yeah. Okay, put this on here. Okay, so day 3. I had a very long day of work. Tomorrow's another 12-hour shift for overtime. Um, Finished my authortube welcome tag. Belzy, you had me in a rut this morning because I was like sitting here thinking of questions to. I mean, excuse me, answering these questions. I was like, how do I answer this without coming off as condescending? Anyway, I'm gonna get started with this. Given episode 10 is out, so we're gonna see the fallout and see the kids. The fall. I'm gonna see the fallout of the kids and see what's going on. So let me get started. Okay, so Given is really good, and I can't believe they're taking this relationship between Mafuyu and I can't say his name right now, and I think I know why. And the other dude, they're making it slow. Let's slow this down. And I appreciate a series like this where they take a relationship slow because stuff doesn't happen instantaneously, despite all the romance books we have all read as writers. Um, but I think I'm gonna switch gears because what I'm gonna do for my booktube is read a Japanese horror series, which is called Another. It's actually an anime that came out and it was really good, but I wanted to read the book to see differences and look at the writing style this author used. So I'm gonna watch High School of the Dead, which I've seen before, and I love zombie series when they're written well. Not The Walking Dead. Walking Dead just going a dumpster fire at this point because they've completely steered off from the comic book. Like, and I'm gonna just go on a rant a little bit. I don't mind adaptations of stuff if they veer off, but it has to make sense, and it doesn't. And they first go, "Oh, we're gonna make it different," you know. Robert Kirkman's like, "Well, if I had more time," Robert Kirkman's more like, "If I had more time, this is what I wrote," and I get that. But then they go, "Oh wait, we need to go back to the comic books because people are complaining," and then they go, "Wait, at this point the story doesn't make sense. Okay, let's do this. Let's do that." I'm like, okay, that's it. I'm done. I'm done watching it. But I'm gonna watch High School of the Dead a little bit. I want to see from a writing perspective how they do this compared to other forms. While I'm finish my writing. Because the good thing about watching it a second time is I kind of know what's going to happen, and I could just watch and listen from a standpoint and still focus on my writing, which is on this other screen here. I know it sounds weird, but this is how I do my writing, especially at night, especially when right now I can't listen to chill lo-fi and work. I don't know why, but my brain's blocking it out, which is really weird because usually I can listen to chill lo-fi, but that's the way my brain works today, this week, or this couple weeks. So I'll get back to what I'm doing. Ten, 11. Come on. Let me see if this works. Okay, so it's now 10:11 p.m. 996 words. Okay, so I made 996 words, which is actually really good. So what I'm going to do, I finished the whole section for the secondary character, so now I can get back to the primary character and make the story even better. Now, I love watching High School of the Dead, and what I'm noticing is, as I'm watching it for the second time, is how they handle panic. Because the very first episode, you see that everybody goes into complete pandemonium once the chalk, I don't know if you watched it before, but I did. The chalk falls and everybody's like, oh no, we have to get out of here. They're punching each other in the face. They're stepping on each other. Two best friends, one kicks him into the crowd so she can get away, but then she gets eaten. You see people go through loss. It's so many emotions at once. I only got 15. How do I only get 15 seats? Whatever. I'm just going to close this. But that's enough of that. So, get this updated. Auto. Just close this out here. So that's all I have for day 3. I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Hi, LC Clemens here. Day 4. I'm on day 4. I forgot I took last night off because I went out to dinner with my husband. Gonna continue watching High School of the Dead for the second time. Had a long day. I had a lot of running around to do. Go to the grocery store, pick up, of all things, breakfast food. You know how they say breakfast is the first most important meal of the day? It is when you can cook it. And since I get up like an hour and a half-ish, I could try before work, I decided I'm going to start cooking my own breakfast in the morning because $4 for freaking it was like two, French toast was like $4, $2, so $1 a piece for each piece of bacon, and then $2 for a thing of eggs, so it's like $4, $6, $8 for that in total. And I said, you know what, I gotta start cooking my own food. But I digress about my own personal issues. But I'm gonna get started. I also wanted to talk about an authortube video I'm gonna come up, and it's over. I've done this on a podcast episode, but I don't think I talked about it on my YouTube page. About, I think I might have done it on a different show. I might not have done it on this show. I'm trying to remember, but we're coming up on the threshold of NaNoWriMo, and as we all know, newbie writers and NaNoWriMo enthusiasts in November try to write 50,000 words in 30 days. I have a love-hate relationship with NaNoWriMo. I'm going to do a separate video about it. I may participate this year. I haven't decided yet because of the tension going on with my job shutting down. Or my particular site, not the company itself, but the site I work for, where I live, is shutting down. So with the stress of that, we're coming up on the holidays. I gotta work as much overtime as I can because I'm losing my particular job site, and we don't know when we're gonna shut down. Like, we know at the end of this year, just to go a little bit into it, but at the end of this year, we're going to possibly get a stipend, like a severance. But we know at the end of next year, we may not have a job. So there's all that stress to that. Add on the stress to the holidays, which I don't even have children, and the fact of, with the Susie G. Komen breast cancer thing, I do crochet blankets and hats and stuff for that time of the year. I try to make scars like the ones shaped in the breast cancer ribbons. I've done that before. Come up with that, and well, we got Tsuji Komen. Then I got the writers. There's a writers a different type of writers conference that's even cheaper than the one I would normally go to in November that I'm trying to sell for, but I may skip in because I know it's annually, so I might do it next year. Then there's NaNoWriMo because I want to see if I'm on the fence about that, and I'll talk about that in a different video. And then there's the fact that I want to get my manuscript finally done by the end of the year, and then finally work on the other series I want to do. But I can always work on that other series on NaNoWriMo. But as I've talked about in my YouTube video, my YouTube welcome tag, it's some with my ADHD, it's sometimes really hard to focus. So if I go on a different book, I may forget this one. Then there's the Masaki story, which I haven't abandoned it for anybody who's been reading it. I'm gonna come back to it. It's just that it's not my top priority, and I hate to say that, especially for people if you guys been like waiting for chapter 3. But the manuscript, the main manuscript is the focal point of what I'm doing in this vlog for the most part. Haven't forgot about the world building Bible. I kind of do that at work because they're worksheets. I kind of just, my head's really shiny. I don't know why it's so shiny. There's no grease. There's no grease. I think it's this let's see if I can. I think it's this light up here because it's an LED light. It's like bicolored. It was like that when I actually when we got the apartment, it was just bicolored, but it makes my forehead really shiny. I'm not bald, mind you. I have a hairline, but anyway, I'm going way off topic here. I'm going to do a separate video about NaNoWriMo. I know it's September, but October will be around the corner, and that's when people start revving up and doing their videos. And then this October is going to be right around the corner. And November is when we're going to do the NaNoWriMo things. And then December, that's the end of the year. You know, you start wrapping things up, and it's Christmas time. And it's not that I hate Christmas, because I'm going to go on a little bit. I know I'm rambling a little bit, just a little bit of tangent. When you work in any call center, not just the one I work for with student loans, I don't know if anybody knows this, but Christmas time feels like the worst because suddenly everybody for me, they come out the worst excuses ever. And I get it. You know, you don't want to be that Scrooge that says, hey, I know you're past due and you want to pay you need to pay your bill regardless. But that's kind of the crux. They're like, can you just hold off my payments for about 3 months? Just get through the holidays and I have to move and all this stuff. And you're going to go, here we go. That's how Christmas time feels for me. I love Christmas time with my family. I love Christmas time with my in-laws. But when you work a call center job, or there's going to be the other surprise come after the holiday when they get their bill in January and they're like, or that was past due for December. I don't remember this bill. Can't you guys just get this bill? No, we can't. So yeah, so that's kind of my little tangent here, but I feel like I'm going off topic, like way off topic, so I'm just gonna get started. Let's see what we do for today. Got my cereal over here, got some shredded wheat because I'm a little hungry, but there's cereal. I got something in the air fryer right now, so if you see me pick this bowl up and down, that's because I'm eating a few pieces and I'm going back to work, so let's get started. So, remember how, that's better, how you can like watch things a second time or third time and notice something around? As I was watching it, I noticed not only, I already kind of knew the series was kind of ecchi, and I also know that some of the dialogue comes off as cheesy, but I think it's a manga that was based off of like the Romero movies and most like American zombie movies, even, and it has a Japanese flair to it because a lot of those like Dawn of the Dead, Land of the Dead, the original one, not that remake. Dawn of the Dead, Land of the Dead, the Night of the Living Dead. I'm just using those examples. We have the zombie. This is the one I cannot remember. It was a zombie movie about this toxic goo that created zombies. They go brains, and one of them go more brains. I think it was Living Dead. Night of Living. Shoot, it's gonna hit me later. But let me just Google it real quick because it's gonna drive me bananas. But um yeah, what I was trying to say is they're pretty much taking cues from those old zombie movies, and even though it's cheesy and it is edgy because people have to watch it, there are fans who like the edgy stuff. um People still like cheese. Return of the Living Dead. That's the movie series. I found it. It's the one where like one of them was the one. It took place in the 80s. It was like brains, more brains. So that all you can see is like it was like this toxic zombie. It's a cult classic if you haven't seen it. It's made by the same guy who kind of helped do Night of the Living Dead. It has like a living. It's a huge series, and I liked it. I'm a fan of zombie movies. Now, what I was trying to say when it comes to the House of the Dead series is the fact that at the credits scene you see these photos of people and it says missing, so you know that either they're dead or the main characters are in the photos too, but you know that these people are dead. And the but you have people putting up pictures, and it reminds me of the Walking Dead, like the first two seasons, and the Telltale Walking Dead video games, where you have these photos of people because people are still alive, and they're telling them, hey, go here, I'm here, this is the person I'm looking for, have you seen them? Because even though the person is maybe dead, you still want to know what happened because that is your loved one. And it's kind of interesting that they use these photos, and there are after credit scenes afterwards that lead into the next scene or episode. But it is nice to see those photos up because they're dead, and it's kind of sad, but you know that they're not forgotten. I'll say that they're dead but not forgotten, and it's good to see that they keep those, even though it's cheesy, that they know where to draw the line for the emotion. And it really sucks for High School of the Dead that the writer is dead. He passed away from coronary artery disease. And even though there were people who criticized High School of the Dead for its cheesiness and some of the dialogue, especially in the English version, it's just ugh. But it's an enjoyable flick if you try not to take it as seriously. And Daisuke Sato, that's his name. He died midst the series, and it's a shame. I don't know if Japan does ghostwriting, or to honor the guy, they won't get a ghostwriter. But it's a real freaking shame that we don't see the end of the series. It's sort of like Cyborg 009, that series where the series you see. Now, the one I saw was like the one in the 2000s, not the newest one, but the one that came out, and there's a whole DVD collection. I have it somewhere around here. But the last thing you see is when Joe Shimomura and Jet Link come from the comet, and they come down, and it freezes on that frame because literally that is the last. Ishinomori, I believe it's Ishinomori-san, is the one who wrote it. That's the last thing he wrote, and then he died. And people make their own interpretations of what he wanted in that series, but we don't 100% know what his works are. And maybe in Japan it's different. So when they write something, the person passes away, that may be the end of it. You may not see anything else to honor that person because you don't know what that person's vision is like. It's sort of like the not Nora Roberts. I've forgotten her book series, but in America we have ghostwriters. And sometimes V.C. Andrews, that's the one I'm thinking of. V.C. Andrews died a long time ago. And she wrote the Fires in the Attic series. She wrote the Fires in the Attic, There Be Thorns. The Fires in the Attic series I can't really get into because incest is already uncomfortable in anime. I don't want to watch it in my American stuff too. Or read in my American stuff too. But V.C. Andrews is very popular, and I know she had a ghostwriter, and, he kept her vision going, but it may be different in Japan, because even though they do have a ghostwriter, it may not be, let me just check my time left, okay. I just don't. I'm gonna, not go completely off the table, but I understand why people have ghostwriters because the series is very popular. But at the same time, I see why Japan doesn't do it. And manga is not the same as writing. I get that. So it's not going to be the same writing. I mean, drawings as the original manga creator had. I don't know if Daisuke Sato, he wrote it. And it says it was illustrated by Soji Sato. I don't know if Soji Sato is going to continue writing it, but currently it says it was 6 years. It was no 7 years, and it's done. They're not going to write another one. I know he. So it's kind of a shame. I'm going to get back to writing, but it's really a shame that we don't get more of High School of the Dead. And if you haven't watched it or read it, if you're into zombie, I would go watch it. It's called High School of the Dead. If you want to watch the subtitle version, put High School and squish it together and then of the Dead. If you put High and then space School of the Dead, you're going to get the sub version, which is, it leaves a lot to be desired. Okay, so I have. Ugh. Why is this thing going dark? Is it gonna. Okay, I got 21 seeds and at 373 seeds. I'm trying to get the rose bush so I can start growing those. It is 7:23 p.m. I have 978 words, so I did more than I thought I was going to do. So I have 978 words. I did more than I thought I was going to do, so that's a good thing. I have an idea what I'm going to do for the next scene, and I have stuff to do my video on NaNoWriMo. I might do that tomorrow, but we'll see what happens. So end of week 8. I'll see you guys again next week.